Welcome back to another episode of Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Blazing. Today we are going to continue a little series of PvP Team Builder. This is for spot number 2. Sorry, it's been a little bit with that. Just been busy with the game and other things, so just haven't got a chance to sit down and record some more of these. But today we're going to look at the second spot. If I sound a little distracted or I'm not quite talking real quick, it's because I'm in the middle of the World Tournament for Dokkan. It's the last day, so I'm just trying to grind out a little bit more that I can, so I'm playing and recording. Multitasking. Anyways, so today we're looking at the second spot. In the first spot, I said to you guys that, hey, we need to look at one of two things. Do you want to go first or second? Then start building your team around that. And I give you some options on who to kind of use for that. This second spot is somewhat similar. Do you want to go first or second? And it gives you different choices and kind of what you want to do. With like this Gaara, for example, he's been very popular. The reason why he's very popular is because he's extremely fast. His speed is 302 plus 30 speed pillars, so he can go up to 332. So he's going to outspeed a lot of people. Unless you're going to throw on one of your old first unit people like Haku or Minato in that second slot. If you don't do that, and there's another person to throw in there to go first, you know, you have some other choices like Guy, etc., etc. He's really good in that second spot if you're trying to go first on that second round, because he has reduced damage by 25%, and his field skills reduced damage by 20 to 25%. Now, if you notice, this isn't the Blazing Awakened Gaara, this is the on-Blazing Awakened Gaara. The reason why you have him there over the other Gaara, because the other Gaara you can throw in the first spot. He is there because he has a 70% chance to immobilize for 2 turns on 5 chakra. So, if you're able to gain chakra on that first slot, he now has chakra. So, say you had a CM2 Sasuke, or even a Sage of Six Path Sasuke, and say you have Sasuke, the opponent has a Sasuke, a Sage of Six Path Sasuke, because he's really popular out there. You can hit both of them, get your chakra, he can go up and then hit that Sage of Six Path Sasuke, and he can more than likely kill him, because his attack is 1479 with pills, it's 1579, so he's doing 15k neutral damage with, you know, the boost up. He's going to be doing about 22k to Sasuke, which is going to kill him after this first initial hit. So right there you have a kill if you want to do that, or you can switch off to your second person, your back row person, depending on who that is, which is your 5th slot. That just depends on how you want to play it. Another good option that a lot of people use is the Sage of Six Path Sasuke, because if you don't have a max duped, a lot of people like throw him in that second slot because he does have decent health. He has 31k if you have the pills in him. So with 31k, you can tank a little bit, and then if you get him chakra, 1 chakra, he now has the ability to jutsu. He's an AoE unit. He does pretty decent damage. He's doing about 11k neutral damage, and it's, if you have any dupes in him, it's 100% slip damage. So that will help. And he's really fast. He has 270 speed. A lot of people do the 30 up to give him the 300. That is his max, so this needs to be changed. It's 30. So he can go up to 300. So a lot of people like to boost him up in the first or second slot and use them there. And of course, you're going to start, you see a lot of these same people over and over and over again. It's because they're all really fast. They can tank a little bit, and they have a lot of utility. So you'll start seeing a lot of these same people. His field skill isn't really much of anything, and his buddy skill isn't that big of a deal. In PvP, you do have a few immobilizers, so he can come in handy, but 30% isn't fantastic. But he's not there for that. A lot of people like using him and then having in one of the other slots say Utataka, because once you have the 100% slip, Utataka comes in and one-shots anyone. Even the Orochimaru, the Sannin Orochimaru, is kind of like the mini Utataka. He can kind of do the same thing, but he's not as prevalent in PvP unless you're a lower tier guy and don't really have a lot of options. He's a good option for something like that. But I digress because that's a different slot. But anyways, so if you can get a couple more people lumped together, he can get a AoE damage. He can get Jutsu because his count is pretty high. I believe it's an 8 count. So he's automatically going to gain chakra for somebody else. So that's why he's pretty popular amongst the fans. He's one of the main wisdom elements you see out there. The other one that you'll see a lot is Obito, and I didn't put him up there because you don't really see him in the second slot very much, just because he needs so much chakra. But he's one of the few wisdom people you see really in PvP anymore. Anyways, let's go on to the next one. Another good option is this Naruto. If you have him fully duped, so he's a 5 chakra now, I see him a lot. That Sasuke, the Naruto switching out here and there. Because of the fact that you have 1 chakra, he now has his jutsu. His is a 15 hit jutsu, and he does 22k neutral damage. And on top of that, he one-shots for like 35, 36k, anywhere from 34 to 36k to a wisdom unit. So he one-shots pretty much everyone except Karin. For the most part, yeah, just her. He does heal a lot. In PvP, it's like 1200, but that's still not that much for PvP because you're still gonna, if you die, you die. His speed's 239, so he's a little slower, so he's gonna go second. Again, it's one of those things. You want to go second, and you want to go first. Now, he does have decent health. He can get to almost 32k, which is, again, in the average range. And like I said, he's used quite a bit for stuff like that. It really just comes down to, if you have him fully maxed. If you don't have him fully maxed, he has 6, then he's not going to be in that second slot. He might be in the 3rd slot. He might not be on the team. It just depends on your units yourself. But he's good for that second slot because he also has 20% dodge. So he has the scummy mechanic. So even if he takes a little damage, you put him on the back slot, now you have that dodge mechanic. And hopefully you can, you're hoping that you can get a dodge and miss a jutsu and, survive a little longer. And if he gets his jutsu off, like I said, he's going to pretty much kill anyone. Another good option is number 1 Maverick Naruto. This Naruto, I understand he was in the 1st slot. I showed him on that one too because he's 35k. So the max health is 35k once he's fully limit broken. And if you are close enough to someone and you get 1 hit with them on his first jutsu, you're getting an ultra combo and you get another chakra. So you can feed other people in the 3rd slot more chakra. So he gives you some options. Problem with him is he's only doing like 8,600 damage, neutral damage on his first jutsu. So that's not great. He's just a chakra generator. So someone like Sasuke here, he's a chakra generator. If he's an AoE unit and he hits 2 people, and he does 11k neutral damage. This one does a lot more as a chakra generator. But he's a lot more tanky than the other 2 are. And he's faster than the other 2. Because his max speed is 282, 286, somewhere in there. So he's relatively fast. And he can tank. So, that helps out a lot. You do have to look out for like CM2 because CM2 can do some serious damage to him. Killer Bee can also help try to take him out. But he's going to tank those hits and still be able to survive to get off another, move. So he's not a bad option for that just because he can tank and everything else and he can help generate chakra. But you can't expect him to be a damage dealer. So on something like this, you want some other stronger units to help back you up to do the damage while he's generating chakra. So you have to be able to balance that out. Here, Tobirama. I put Tobirama here because you don't see him as much in the second slot, but he is really fast. He's a 285. He has 31k health. He did get nerfed the hardest out of everyone because he was 285, 40k. He was stupid before. They nerfed him a lot, but he's still not a bad unit. If you have him fully maxed out, he's a 5 chakra. If not, then he's a 6 chakra, which sucks, but he can tank a hit or two. His field skill is good. It's a damage reduction. His buddy skill isn't the greatest. Boosts crit rate by 2.25, which is great offensively. So he's an offensive buddy skill. He's a defensive field skill. So it's not bad. His jutsu, if you could get it off, if he has full dupes, is about 11k. So he does around, I want to say 22k, 20 to 22k. Gets the wisdom unit, and he gets perfect dodge. So he's good for that because you're not going to gain jutsu, but you're going to have a perfect dodge, so you won't take any damage more than likely. Unless somebody has a it can bypass, substitution or perfect dodge. But those are some of just your basic units you see in the second slot. Again, you need to figure out you want to go first or second. I do apologize. My son's home sick, so if you hear him in the background, sorry about that. But he's a good unit for that. All these units are good for the second slot, but you have to decide, are you trying to go first or second? Or it doesn't really matter, you're just going to throw someone out there. Because you do have to be careful, because you're starting to see more of this guy, or the Blazing Awakened version, you will see him out there to go second automatically, because they're going to bring someone in like the new Lee or CM2, and he's going to crush that second person if you can outspeed him. So someone like him or one of these other guys, they're going to take another additional damage. If they choose to go that route, they might hit the third guy, but you have to just, be careful. So that's why you want someone with a little bit more health than like this Gar. The Gar is only there because if he can go first, then you can get him out of there and he's not going to die. If not, he's going to die. Some people are using a few other people just to, and I didn't touch on this, I'll touch on it right now. We'll use someone like him or Haku. Not die, and they're not going to do anything. They're using them for the simple fact that they want to just get as fast as possible. Once they get their turn for the second time, they're pulling out like Sage 6 Path Obito, and then he's going to nuke whoever he can, because that dude hits so hard. And I'll talk about him later. He's an option for the first or second slot, or even the third slot, but it's not the best option, so that's why I haven't touched upon it yet. But he is an option. But second slot is not the greatest. It's usually he's in the first slot. You use someone really fast to bypass him, get a jutsu off, give him chakra, and then he can blast people. That is an option, but if he gets jutsu sealed or he gets chakra sealed, now you have a really slow unit out there. So it just depends on how you want to play that. These people do like to just outspeed you and just try to survive as long as possible so they can pull out Obito and crush the people. And if that's an option you want because you have Obito and you want to use him to the fullest, I mean, by all means, go right ahead. I've done it lots and lots of times, and you'll start seeing some gameplay of him on my account doing that type of stuff. Sorry, guys. Anyways, I'm going to end it right there before my screen kicks over to the new software update it wants me to do. But other than that, I hope you guys take care. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, leave it down below. Let's go ahead and hit that like button. For every like is another shadow clone on top of Naruto. Let's see how many shadow clones we can get. If you haven't subbed, that little right hand corner, go ahead and sub. Other than that, I hope you take care. I will see you on the flip.